say, my answer to that question would be, the band started in 2006 with a bunch of random ragtag, goony, homeless kids.
We were friends before we were a band.
Yeah,
all of us, we all knew each other.
I moved from California, and me and this guy, Chef, I'm a bagel, and we met James, and we started in a different band. We've actually been in a couple bands together, but then it just slowly, over time, formed into Network of Sound Marty. We picked up
Marty Rubles, guitar.
And then our latest member, Corey Texas, our drummer. So that's pretty much.
And we have this guy named Stitch.
Yeah. He's our original drummer. And he came out to support us tonight and stuff. We had to part ways just because of family reasons and stuff. He had to take care of some business. But yeah, basically formed it because like we liked a lot of music, but we didn't think a lot of stuff combined all the things we liked. So we just started writing in garage together what sounded good to us. None of us, I didn't even play guitar before I joined the band, but I joined as a guitarist because I like to party. And yeah, so I joined and it just clicked. We all just clicked together. Somehow, even though none of us had prior really instrumental training or anything, we just worked together and worked out. At least I think it did, unless you think we suck. Then.
Gentlemen, dinner served. There's chips and salsa on the veranda right here.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, we put that in the video?
We were raised well. Good breeding. Anyways, is that coming impression on us? Get inbred.
We're all brothers.
We're from the South, but we're not inbred. We get a little sidetracked because we all have ADD.
Alright. What about the tour you were just a part of? How did that go?
I Am Ghost. It was awesome with those guys.
Best tour we've been on.
Best tour we've ever
I Am
been on.
Ghost and Weird Becoming.
Yeah, they're definitely our homies. It ended up being like, it went from like, business and like, hey, like we love the music and everything too. There were some shows like I Am Ghost would pull us up on stage with them, and we would just get to party, and we're big fans of their music, and they were big in our music.
Yeah, like I was a huge fan of Ghost years and years ago, and like now I'm in a band and I'm on tour with them.
What? It's cool. It's like rock movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it ended up turning into like snowball fights and stuff, like on tours. The first time I ever saw snow in my entire life was on tour, so living the dream.
Yeah, it was like a homo fest too. There was a lot of man love.
There were some man kisses going around.
That's my boyfriend. I've seen Jeff.
But yeah, and the kids, let me tell you, I Am Ghost is some of the best fans, and our fans were awesome. They mingled, and it was just really cool.
Kind of like summer camp.
Yeah.
But at the end, like this is technically the official last date on the tour.
Yeah.
Alright. Your new album, House of Brass, is out. Tell me about its production and how it compares to your self-titled EP.
JB?
Jesus Christ. Production. I'd have to say we spent a whole 10 days solid recording the album. We didn't have much time to record the album. We were kind of pressed on time. For me, it was a grueling process because I was quite ill during it, and
Pretty sure I got swine flu.
yeah, Nick got swine flu.
It was recorded.
It was recorded at Chin Music Studios in Cleveland, Ohio. And I thought it was pretty intense going from recording at somebody's recording our EP at somebody's house in their living room. Back on Florida, 10 minutes from our house to actual full professional studio, full on production, spending every waking minute on the album, finishing writing it, touching up, and doing all like the technical side of it and everything, and then just recording it itself in general was just...
It was just a big jump. Well, that was our first step into like, bigger stuff than just our garage, so it was kind of cool. But I think that there's a big difference in sound, and like a lot of our fans have honestly, like a lot of fans love the new music, but a lot of our fans really like the old stuff too. And there was an airiness to the old music because we were younger and we hadn't been through some of the hell that we've been through on tour and all this stuff. And that album was written a lot out of that dark place that we went to and stuff. There's a lot of angst on that album, a lot of anger and grittiness that we just had to get out. That album was very much for us. And a lot of our fans are like, that's cool, but that's startling. I like the song about Peter Pan, the last album. And so we've kind of recaptured that happiness and friendship between all of us. And we've realized the way things are and that things are hard. So on the next album especially, we're paying attention to a lot of our old songs in the EP and stuff, because that was truly us before we got kind of tainted, if you want to say.
Yeah,
We got kind of tainted by all the hatred and all the rat race and everything. So we're going to go back to our roots on the next album and, you know, very much more us.
Folk music.
Without being so angry.
With banjos.
Although some people like angry alcohol.
Candyman, drinking beer. Right.
What can be expected from listening to this album, and did you try anything new?
We tried a bunch of stuff.
We tried a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, I don't, it's hard to explain to you, like, when we write, we really don't, like, purposely try and focus in a certain genre or certain direction. We sit there and just kind of mess around and write and start feeling it, and we don't collaborate. Like, there's a lot of bands that, you know, you'll talk to, like, oh, we're trying to go in this direction, or we're trying to go in that direction. We're really not too stressed about it. We just like to write music and we like to be musicians.
The music takes us. So, yeah, like, I mean, and we're not super serious about it. We didn't even know what octaves were called on the guitar for like 2 years. We called them round rounds. We're like, dude, do a round round 5. So, yeah, I mean, like, we're learning more about instruments. What's a lot to be expected from House of Rats is if you can notice anything different. And actually, we're playing a place called, Club Retro? And yeah, but it wasn't Sacramento. It's Club Retro in Fresno. One of the owners came out to us and he said, you know, I really, really enjoyed you guys' music in your set because it was different. And a lot of people nowadays accuse bands of being the same and stuff, but he recognized that we don't know timing signatures, we don't know notes, we don't know, so it's just written just for what sounds good to us in the garage. So that's what's to be expected is the rawness.
If you don't know what to expect, is what he's saying, basically.
Yeah.
Expect that.
But do expect angst. If you get into the lyrics and stuff, like, we were really, really raw dogging.
We've been through a lot, man. We
broke down the desert multiple times. When we first came out and we went on our first tour, unsigned, just trying to get our name out, we broke down to California, we were homeless here.
Yeah, we all had to find places to stay for like 3 months.
But you're all at knife point by gangs.
Yeah, I got held a knife to my throat by gang and stuff, and like sleeping on park benches a few nights. I was sleeping underneath the park bench, and he was guarding my body, and hobos were trying to steal my phone.
Yeah, for coke or something.
Well, yeah, you hear everybody say, like, you gotta pay your dues. Well, let's talk about dues.
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation.
And every time we go on tour, someone close to me dies. I don't know why.
It's a curse. Well, it's still like
I call it a Polish curse.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So I think that answers the question.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm not worried.
How does it feel to be a part of the Standby Records family?
Great.
It's good. Awesome.
Yeah, Neil.
Yeah, we have a very, very tight relationship with the owner, Neil.
And it's very pure and real that at any time, if we're not working hard, he will screw us over. Like, he's straight up about it. If you don't work hard, why would anyone work hard for you? We work hard for them and they work hard for us because it's an understanding. As long as, you know, a lot of bands go into labels and they think that they're going to do everything for them and stuff, but it's not like that.
A label that you can send pictures of yourself pooping to and you can send it to your owner. We do that.
No, we do.
We seriously have like a great, any one of us in the band can get on the phone at any time and call Neil and talk to him.
He's like our big red uncle.
Yeah, Big Red. Shout out to Big Red.
So yeah, no, great guy, great business perspective, and some of the bands that they're bringing in now, we got Black Velvet Bride on our album.
Vanilla Ice
on our album. It's cool to be on the ground level of something that's starting out and see it grow and be part of what built that. It's like, you hear about bands back in the day, like Thursday on Victory, like really, I don't know, I might be wrong, but that's
Trade you on Victory, dude.
Yeah, like a lot of bands came before they were anything, before the labels anything. Now you hear about these big powerhouses and stuff, and like, we want to build that off the sweat of our brow and on our back. I want something I earned.
Well, should be.
You good on time, girl?
I'll start with myself. I'd have to say my favorite song to play live is maybe holding hands wasn't such a good idea.
Is that really you?
That one, I really enjoy Let's Get Sweaty.
Mine would be definitely Let's Get Sweaty for sure.
The energy on that is great, and when the kids pick up on that, I mean, you can two-step that entire song.
Creature.
Oh, Creature.
Yeah, that's fun to play too.
So much fun to kill. Anything with energy. We love love songs and we love ballads and stuff, but you know, when people come to a show, they want a show and they want a party and they want energy, and we try to bring that energy across.
Yeah, we're a circus act.
I'll spend an hour doing my hair, and then within 5 minutes of playing our show, I mess it up because I don't care. I'm on stage.
Marty puts the T in party.
I do. I like party.
Yeah, you like the party. Cheers. Yeah, pretty sure I'm the only one that likes the party. No, guys.
I hate the party.
I'm the only one that likes the party.
Hello, girl.
No party.
I don't like cherry. That's my stomach.
Alright.
Alright. What was it like writing your first full-length debut? Any progress? Excuse me. Any progress for follow-up?
Well,
Yeah, you want to take it?
I've been taking a lot.
I'll take it. Okay.
We definitely are, there are a lot of thoughts up here when we're going to go back in the studio and start rewriting. We're definitely going to be pushing a new single coming up soon. I don't know if we release that.
I don't know. We will be releasing another single.
Yeah, we're definitely
New music video. And yeah, about winter time, we'll probably start writing and going into
Start getting back in the studio, start putting an epic second full length together.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Combine the two. We'll make it one.
What was it like writing that? Well, okay, I'll take it over from there.
Yeah.
Basically, we wrote House of Rats in a flash. It was done. We
Tell the story. Okay, we lied to our label.
Yeah, we lied to our label. They said when they sent us the contract, they said we'll sign you if you guys have 30, if you have 10 songs ready to go to record. And we said, okay, sure, we do.
We only have like
We were in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, we literally had probably maybe 1.5, not even 2 songs.
A month and a half.
Done. So we literally power wrote for a month straight, and in between writing, practice what we had finished writing, and went and recorded the album. So it was pretty intense because for
That's
me,
why it came out so raw.
yeah, and for me, it's some of the music on this album compared to our EP, music-wise, I had never written to this type of music. I was more into the Store of the Year type, the used music, and not so much as the more heavier, almost metal, 2-stepping beats, and like Creature. I remember Creature Among Us and Let's Get Sweaty. I had question marks. I had no idea what I was doing.
We wrote Creature like a week and a half before we even went to the studio.
I didn't even have the lyrics done when.
So in summation, I think it was fun.
Yeah,
Being rushed to write an album because it was so pure and it was so just like no thinking about, okay, well this hook, get this person. It wasn't any of that. It was just us, and we were pissed.
it was like the quick shit.
Well, the way they used is fit. When they called, like, we thought, like, I mean, not that we've ever done this before, but we just assumed that we'd have, like, 3 or 4 months before they go to the studio. And James gets off the phone with Neil and goes, hey, so we're going to be in the studio in a month and a half. Let's start writing an album. Yeah. So that's kind of where we went from that.
So yeah, it's great.
Alright. Where did the idea come from for maybe holding hands wasn't such a good idea?
This would be this guy right here.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's all a bunch of shit mixed into one.
yeah, it's kind of. Are you asking this me personally? As being.
This is why you look at the song.
Yeah, okay. I guess because being a guy in a band, you're not around one place for too long, and when you meet the foxy ladies,
The girl of your dreams for the night.
yeah, the girl, because it's a good way to put it, the girl of your dreams tonight, your best relationship is through a cell phone, and it's just, I can't explain it. It's got, I don't know. So
Not only has he been through stuff and he's seen us go through stuff, and then, you know, a lot of guys in bands have bad reputations, but it's like, you know, what are we supposed to do? Like, we're in a different town every night, and you know, things happen, and it won't just be, you're not trying to be sleazy. You love that girl for that night. You are in love with her, and you want a future together. You want it, but you can't have it.
So basically, that's kind of a sexual song, but
yeah,
Kind of. Well, tonight I'll make your body scream.
yeah, I guess it's
a little bit, yeah, well, you know.
It's about wanting what you can't have, I guess. Yeah, it's wanting what you can't have.
It's about lust.
About lust. Exactly.
Lust of the, like, love lust. Ooh, sweet lady, love your body. So anyways, yeah, sorry.
All right. You probably get this a lot, but you guys sound a lot like Escape the Fate. Have you ever? Have you ever considered touring with them or
Let me take over that. Yeah. Yes, there's a lot of comparison between Escape the Fate and us. We've actually been friends with Escape the Fate for quite some time.
Vote all the music before we know.
We didn't even know who they were when we started.
And the guy holding the camera right now, the way we met Escape the Fate is we didn't know about them, shot them with an airsoft gun.
Yep.
Lit them up after their show.
Shot them with an airsoft gun?
Yeah, and that's how we met them and became friends and stuff. Had no idea about their music. So any of this, I just had to...
No, that's what.
Oh, you cut them off. I didn't compare our music and say that we ripped it off. I'm like,
yeah. So yeah, we're friends with Escape the Fate, the nice guys. Max Green and Craig Abbott. Craig's a really close friend of mine, and we'd love to do a tour with them because I think that as our music has progressed and so has theirs, we've both gone in different directions. So there is no what people call Escape the Fate. There is that style, and when they had Ronnie Rack in the band, that style of music is not there anymore, and I think there's no comparison these days between us and Escape the Fate anymore. Possibly a few years back we had started because we did not know who they were, and they didn't know who we were and who we are. And I think it might have just kind of happened that way, but as times progressed, we're both going in different directions, so. But I think that's pretty much
It would be an awesome tour.
we would love them. Good friends, good music, awesome, different directions. We could share fans. A lot of their old fans have become our fans now because they changed their music, and we went in a different style that they were following before. So it would be really cool to bring like everything back.
Bridge the gap, son.
All this, we're in the same genre, and everyone has to stick together. It's like a big high school.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
I think it would be a cool lineup. You guys can Escape the Fate and your label mate Black Veil Brides all.
That would be huge.
Yeah.
I love Andy, and I love all those people, all those guys.
Like, sweetheart.
Oh, she's so sweet, and like it'd be so cool, just like 'cause it's friends, it's on tour, sharing fans, and we all love the band and stuff. They're just so good, and like.
See if you could get something to happen.
Oh, we're working on it. Put in a work.
Easier said than done.
We're friends with all the bands, but it's their management who are a little bit uptight sometimes. That
They're not particular about what they do with their band.
it's the business, it's the politics and all that. But as far as bands, we're all like fucking, we're buddy and stuff. So
we don't care. We'll tour later.
we got Black Veil playing down the street right now. They're playing Anaheim tonight. The first class we're meeting up with them after the show.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're playing right down the street chain.
So good idea. Spread the word. Make it happen.
All right. What does the future hold for you guys?
Good idea. Spread the word. Make it happen.
All right. What does the future hold for you guys?
Epicness, unicorns.
Me marrying you.
Like rainbows.
Hopefully just maturity, as I just joined the band, I feel like we're all coming together and kind of entwining together and just kind of like figuring each other out and figuring out, our flaws and our ups and downs, and I think all of us together with everything that we've all been through individually, I think we're all just going to write some amazing music and just going to all form together and just kind of lure its way in.
Corey gets it, so.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited to write it out for Corey. Because Corey right now has been playing other drummers' music the entire time, and he's an amazing drummer. And that really can influence a lot of stuff, and we really want to write an album with it. So we started writing together and stuff, and everything's just going to be great. I think we haven't really found our sound completely, and I think the next album is going to be
What actually defines modern day escape is modern day escape.
oh.
Cool.
Did you say?
Pa!
Did you say pal?
Like Kobayashi! So yeah, that's what the future. And I think a new generation of bands are coming through. All the bands that we're friends with and everything. Like, shout out our friends at Hero Fake. We went on tour with them and stuff Just saw them on Music Choice.
A couple days ago. Or yesterday, 2 days ago.
Just saw them on Music Choice, their music videos. And it's just all the bands that are putting in the work now are now coming up because the fans are there and they're awesome. And it's not just the future of us, it's like it's going to be a whole new way.
The future of music itself. Yeah, the fans are just looking for a new musical outlet and new people to kind of be a part of. And I think bands like us, Smile from the Trenches, Black Veil Brides, and Get Scared.
And fans that are friends with their fans.
Yeah.
I give out my number like it's water. I don't care. Like I want to talk to everybody. And
I like water, I like water swimming.
I think just this new wave is going to be artists that are smarter and not so much industry controlled, and artists that are really close with their fans, Twitter and everything. I think it's pretty cool.
I think we're going to be on the cusp of that.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. Your fans, of course, play a huge role for you guys. What has been the most memorable fan experience?
That's tough.
We have some amazing, we've seen some great.
You have no idea. Like me, I think each one of us should pick one that they remember.
Okay, go around the room.
You go first. You already got the idea.
A girl did, I want to say,
I think it's hard. I'm saying that thing.
yeah, I would say this, okay, I did a guitar spin at a show and I snapped the neck on, so this is, I'm not picking just one fan, this is just the culmination of our fans. I snapped the neck on his shoulder because we were moving to the wrong spots and everything, you know, stuff gets hectic on stage. And my guitar broke in half. We're not original. We don't come from a big rich
This was also like a year ago.
we were even worse off than before, so I needed a new guitar if I was going to play the next show, so we were talking about we were going to have to cancel shows, so I borrow a guitar and stuff. And one night, our fans raised enough money for me through a fundraiser for me to buy a brand new Les Paul.
So, got very supportive fans.
And that is,
Yeah, and it's some people are like, oh yeah, we give it to our fans. Like, no, we wouldn't be here. Like, we just wouldn't be surviving or even be a band together if we didn't have the support from our fans. Because the same thing happened to me. I broke my guitar, and people heard about it, and all of a sudden, all these people start like attacking you, wanting to help you. And you're just like, it's weird. I'm not used to people.
like you have a big fan.
Yeah, I'm not used to people wanting to do that stuff for me, and it's like, thank you. You know.
I feel like you never feel alone.
I would say the first kid to ever get our band symbol tattooed on his leg.
Yeah.
It was in Orlando, Florida, like 2.5 years, maybe 3 years ago.
That's right when I moved to Selena.
Yeah. And it was right when Shep first joined the band. He came out in the out of the crowd, and we just got off stage. He's like, look, and he's like, look at my leg. And
We're still a local band.
yeah, we're still a local band. We weren't even signed or anything. Like, we're maybe 10 kids would come to our shows at the time, and he's like, look at my leg. And I was like, cool, you got a tattoo. I don't really care. I'm very hot. Leave me alone. and he's like, look. And I looked again, and it said Modern Day Escape, and it was the worst tattoo I've ever seen in my entire life. But it was the most amazing tattoo because he was the first kid to ever get our band symbol and band name written on his leg. Like, we call him the Golden Child. His name's Paul. Like, I'll never forget this kid as long as I live. His name's Paul, and we call him the Golden Child. He's the first kid. He just turned 18. It was his first tattoo, and it looked like somebody did it that was blind. But it was the most.
He might have done it himself.
It was the most amazing thing because I was just like, we're no thought that counts. Yeah, the thought that counts, and it's just like for our fans to go to the extent. And I'm seeing now like 20 plus tattoos out there. Of, kids that we're only at 3.5 years.
Come on, 40
Like 40. Oh, okay, so then there's even more, and we're only on year 3.5, maybe almost year 4. Just been signed for a year, and there's that many tattoos of us. It's just insane that people are that dedicated to be a part of us, and it's just stoked. It makes me stoked because goosebumps for us because we can be just as much a part of their lives as they are a part of ours.
They say it takes a village to raise a kid. It takes a village to raise a band.
All right.
Okay. Well, the time that girl saw your underwear.
You guys are from Orlando, Florida. Have you experienced all of the theme parks that are?
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on. Okay. Just so you know who's saying this is Jeff. I've lived in Florida. I've moved to Florida from California twice. Once to try and start music, and one to actually be part of the band.
witness protection.
I've still never been to a theme park.
Oh, we've all gone.
I was raised in them. We used to.
Me and Marty, me and Bagel and Marty used to work at Hard Rock Cafe, so we get free Universal passes all the time. We go all the time.
And plus, his dad is the head fireworks writer and director of all the
So we
fireworks.
got SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, Universal, Islands of Adventures, all unlocked.
Disney World. Actually, I'm going to Disney next week.
Mickey
So.
Mouse is actually my boyfriend. So
Y'all boyfriend.
I've seen Mickey Mouse as Minnie Mouse. Is that time of the month? I'm a dirty pretty.
let's get something straight. We have a song called For the Horde, which means we all play World of Warcraft. Not only do we all play World of Warcraft, but we are huge nerds.
Oh yeah.
So I'm currently reading Lord of the Rings. It's a hard read, I'll admit. But favorite movie, love Harry Potter. We have to do that when it opens. Like we have to.
Not open yet?
No.
Oh man.
No, I'm excited. I'm a little bummed they took out the giant tree thing. I
Yeah.
really like that tree
Who
thing.
cares? Dude, you can go to the train station and there's a guy dressed as Hagrid.
Oh, that's gonna be cool.
That's so awesome. She's excited about it. Like a giant.
Yeah.
They should get a midget on stilts. I don't know why, but I want it.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked for it, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, hopefully we'll be able to have enough time on one of these tours to actually take 2 days off and
Yeah, we don't get to go home.
go screw around or whatever.
There is no home. That 1982 Winnebago you saw.
That's what, it's funny when people ask you questions like, do you have a permanent resident? You supposed to send mail? It's like, you're staring at it.
Yeah.
We get mail sent to our parents' house.
It's pretty much like masturbating in time camp.
Halfway through the tour, you guys have gotten snowed in, spending time designing your own merch. What has the reaction been?
Good. Actually, it's almost, we sold out.
Yeah, we sold out twice. We had to, actually, we didn't get snowed in, we actually had to stop and make more. Because we actually dabbled, we went from that night, we've gotten better at it, we have new stencils, and we've gone into beans.
And the shading.
And shading.
Different
So,
textures.
it's just cool because it's like the things we were talking about, like, we care. You know?
And, well, it was cool because Corey opened up his Stickam and we interacted with fans and friends, so everybody was watching us do it in basement.
My parents.
Yeah. Really? That was awesome. So it's cool, we're like, who wants one of these? Do you like this shirt? There was tons of people in there and it was just cool.
Custom shirts to order. And
We got kind of high.
I don't want people to forget. I don't want people to forget why we did it though. Like we seriously, like within the first like week and a half, we sold completely out of shirts and stuff. And so many kids wanted shirts. We were just like, we've got to do something. You know, we're so sick and tired of turning out these kids that want T-shirts and stuff, and we're just like, we've got to have something to give these kids. So you know, that was a huge point to try to do that.
So, yeah, we did all that, and then we went and made Vegas Snow Angels. Well, I made Vegas Snow Angels.
Corey jumped on the trampoline naked and I...
Yeah. It's really, we're not used to snow. We're excited. And basements. We don't have basements before.
Hell no.
All right. Hot tubs around.
Hot tub in the snow, that's what we're doing.
We got 46.
Alright.
That's enough.
For the people that don't know who Modern Day Escape is, what should they know?
A bunch of gays.
I don't know. They should probably know.
People, man.
Yeah,
If you care about music, that, yeah, it's for people like you. We're not trying to act super cool and stuff.
We're there. We talk to everybody. We've had it on our MySpaces and just like.
We have people be like, I can't believe you respond to me. I didn't think you'd respond. I'm like, why? Like, I'm sitting in my underwear. I'm trying to say hi, man. I want to talk to you.
We've had people like have try to come into our lives and do business with us that try to groom us and be like, you know, we're gonna make you look like this. And if it's not a part of us, we don't understand. Don't click, and we're no. You know, we don't do that. And then a lot of people tell us they're like, oh, well, you try to pretty yourself up, you straighten your hair and wear eyeliner and stuff. I was like, I did that because I have green eyes and I like to make my green eyes come out.
Everyone wants to feel good about themselves.
Yeah, I didn't do it because some band did it. My favorite band's the Third Eye Blind in Boston. I just put on eyeliner because I want to be pretty.
Well, I like David Bowie, so I did do it.
Oh, there you go. They can start out there.
I don't know, I guess if anybody should know anything about Modern Day Escape is we're people like you, and don't be afraid to come talk to us. And
We want friends.
we